I was once at a showing of the movie Inside Out, if you're all familiar with that, and having a very emotional moment. And there was a teen a few seats down from me who was just chattering the whole time. And I turned to him, tears in my eyes, and I said, "I'm having big feelings right now, and I would really like you to please be quiet." I hate when people talk during movies. It is my biggest pet peeve. A small patter of applause. Thank you. It is my biggest pet peeve by far. And not in a way of like, I'm a cinephile where I watch every Fellini film, I know it frame by frame, or I can quote shit back to you or anything like that. I just really like to be transported. I like the magic of movies, and I hate when people are kind of chattering through it. Anyone know Mystery Science Theater 3000? Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that show at all. Like, the entire thing to me is just, it hurts my feelings. Like, they're talking during, like, these guys work so hard to make these movies, and these little C-3PO robots are just tearing them up to pieces, and I hate it so much. It just hurts my feelings. So, a few years back, or maybe a year and a half ago, my wife and I went to go see Straight Outta Compton over at the Culver City ArcLight. And she was super pumped to go see it. She was really excited. She grew up on NWA. I grew up on like Christian rap rock, but I was still excited. And so we go, and we're watching the trailers, and like the lights dim, the trailers come on, and not 2 minutes into the trailers, and the guy like 3 seats to the left of me starts talking. And not talking like to a friend or talking intelligently, like, "Oh, that's a really interesting film, that looks great." He's just kind of yelling stuff at the trailers. Stuff like, "Oh, that shit looks fucking amazing," like really loud. And he's alone, which is like fine. I go to the movies alone sometimes, a little artist date, that's okay. But this guy was like alone in a scary way, We live in America, so it's like I don't know, it's like a lone wolf, and it just made me feel weird. But I was like, you know what, it's the trailers. People talk during trailers. We all afterwards say like, "That did not look good. That did not look good at all." Or "I'm gonna go see that." So I gave him a pass, for a little while at least. Then the movie actually starts, and he's still talking. He is still talking very aggressively, like, "Eazy-E, that's my guy. He would fuck shit up, and I would fuck shit up with him." I'm like, okay. And I look over, and he's like middle-aged white guy, neck tattoos, slunk down in his seat like real low. And he's got scraggly facial hair. He just seems unwell, maybe. And I get a little nervous. And I'm like, oh, God, like, I don't want to be that person. But I like gently, I'm just like, "Shh, come on, shh, shh. The movie's on. Do you see? The movie's on." And he keeps going, and it's like escalating, and the whole theater is kind of getting a little enervated. There's multiple people who like turn around like, "Can you quiet down, please?" Very politely. And the guy's like, yeah, sorry. Fuck you. Like every single time someone tells him like, "Oh, can you please be quiet?" He's like, "Yeah, sorry about that." Fucking motherfucking asshole. Like, he's real. Something's just not right about the guy. So I decide, I had never done this before. The furthest I had gone was like telling that kid, like, "I'm having feelings, please don't talk." I had never like gone to get a manager before because someone was talking a movie. And I decided like, this is the time to take action. And Elise was like, "You're overreacting." Elise is my wife. She was like, "You're overreacting." I was like, "I know, but I'm gonna do it anyway, I think. And I'm gonna be the person that goes out. However, I'm terrified. This guy is a danger." So I was like, "Elise, I can't leave you here. You go out now, and then after like 2 minutes and 36 seconds, I will leave afterwards so it doesn't look suspicious. So he doesn't think that I'm gonna go, tell on him." Which is what I was doing. That was my big like genius plan. I thought I was hatching this like brilliant scheme to like save everyone in the movie. It was just telling on somebody, like tattling, basically. So Elise goes to the bathroom. She's reluctant. She's like, "Okay, fine, whatever. Like, I'll go to the bathroom, then you go tell the manager." So I wait like 2 minutes and 36 seconds. I'm like, okay, now he won't be suspicious of me. And he's yelling at the screen as I like wedge past him. And I go and I find a manager. And the manager's like, okay, is he like, disturbing you or is he disturbing others? And I'm like, he kind of just seems crazy, and I can't hear the movie very well because he keeps yelling things to his friends on screen. And the manager's like, okay. And he's kind of blasé about it. I used to work in movie theater, so like you hear people all the time come say like, that guy needs to be kicked out, and it's usually just a kid who like, is playing with his friends or whatever else. So the manager comes in and we observe together, like standing in that little aisle before you actually get to the seats. We're watching, and then we hear him say like, oh shit, women on screen. We're like, oh God. And so the manager comes back out and he's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna actually nod to the mall security on this. I don't feel like this is something I can really deal with. And I'm like, great, cool. So he goes and gets mall security, repeats the exact same line of questioning when the mall cop gets there. He comes up. Mall security also like doesn't have like a weapon. They don't really have anything. They just have a belt and a badge and a button-up blue shirt, and that's it. So the guy comes over. He's kind of a bigger guy. He's got glasses. He doesn't look very serious about the whole thing. And I'm just like, this isn't gonna work out. So we go in, the three of us, and re-observe the guy for about 2 minutes, standing there, oh, yep, okay, that guy seems a little crazy. Walk back out, and the manager and the mall security, the cop, he's mall security. The mall security guy is like, go back in, like you and your wife go back in, whatever. We will take care of this. And by we, I mean, we'll talk to the proper folks. And I was like, okay, talk to the proper folks. Sounds good. Great, go back in with the crazy guy. We get back in there, and the guy was, again, just like saying really aggressive stuff about the voluptuous feminists who are on the screen. And it was uncomfortable for about 2 minutes. And we're getting to has anyone seen the movie? Yeah, a couple people. Great. We're getting to the part where it's like right before they play Detroit, where they're not supposed, where they are probably maybe going to break the rules and sing that song they're not supposed to sing. And it's like 2 minutes right before that happens, and then the screen goes dark. It like cuts out. And the guy next to us is like, what? And then the lights go up, and he's like, oh shit, something's broken. And everyone else is like, oh, what's going on? And I'm like, I know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. I'm a hero. And 4 police officers from the Los Angeles Police Department stroll on in. And they walk over to him, and they are not mall cops. Mall cops behind them just kind of like, but they are serious. And they come in, and the manager's like, that's the guy. And they look at me, and I just look the other direction, like, oh, I wasn't a part of this at all, whatever. And they come over, and they take him. They remove him from the theater, and the entire theater goes crazy. They are so excited. They're like cheering and clapping. It is a party in there. And like, if you've ever been in one of those situations where something crazy happens in public, everybody becomes instant friends. You're like, oh my God, that was insane, huh? Oh yeah, Bennett, so nice to meet you, that's great. And it was immaculate. I felt really good, and I was like, oh yeah, now we can pay attention to the movie, whatever. Like, yes, pat my back, who cares? We're all friends here. And eventually, it died down. People are like, oh, thank goodness. I'm really glad thank God the cops are here to do that. And lights go back down. Screen comes back on. 2 minutes goes by, and it's almost immediately, fuck the police. Right that perfect moment, like, fuck the police coming straight from the underground, and everyone's singing along like, yeah! And then I I have this weird, like, oh, I can't sing this. I am the police. I don't get to sing this song. And I'm feeling strange and weird, and I was like, oh, God. And now I feel bad. Like, he was just a crazy guy who was trying to have fun with his buddies, his imaginary buddies, but still. And I feel really bad, and I lean over to Elise, and I'm just like, did I do the right thing here? Because I'm feeling really, really weird, and like I probably just should have let him go, and and I feel like this is kind of my fault that like this guy might go to jail or something. Like I feel like shit. This is not cool. This is not cool of me to do that. And she leans over and she points to the screen. She says,
Bennett Rea, ladies and gentlemen.